What's happening, guys, and welcome back to Rue's Reviews, and today we are chatting about Water Balloon Dropper by Hanson Chien. So let's run that title sequence. Yes, thank you very much indeed for joining me back on the channel. If you've not been here before, hello, my name is Rue. I do weird things for a living, including this review channel. And in this review, we are chatting about Water Balloon Dropper, or WBD. This is from Hanson Chien Productions, but it's been produced by Ochu Studios. So if you don't know who Ochu Studios are, they've done a whole load of the Black series for Hanson Chien Productions, so the Jumbo Coin Dropper, the Sponge Ball Dropper, and a few other bits as well. But this is the Water Balloon Dropper. So what do I mean when I say this? Well, the Water Balloon Dropper is a device, a utility device that allows you to deposit any small round object. In this case, we're talking about a water balloon, but it can be any small round object, and I'll get into this in a little bit, into your hand. This is done in such a way that doesn't look suspect. It's just when your hand comes down to your side, you're able to deposit the item super quickly. Redside created this around his award-winning act, I believe it was for FISM as well, in which he would take a tumbler, put a cup over that tumbler, and that tumbler would become full of liquid. He has also done other visual work with the appearances of liquid in glass, and this is all done with the use of this water balloon dropper. So before we go any further, let's have a look at the packaging. This is the packaging you get from Hanson Chien Productions. As you can see, very well packaged. It's part of their Black series collection, or the Black Holder series. There it is right at the top there. So it's all nice, dark and matte. And then when you open it up like this, there is a QR code at the top there, but you get a little booklet and then all the props that you need to make this work. So let's get into these props. So we start with the actual dropper itself. This is the dropper unit. This sits like so. Now, over the years, I'm always a little bit wary about these kind of units. One, because I wear certain specific suits. Suits are tailored to me, and as such, I don't like things sort of bulking or hanging around on my pockets that sort of jut out and make it look like I've got a hernia or something wearing this suit. I used to use the Pro Show holder to carry an 8-ball around. So if you ever see Pro Show holder, that's a piece of elastic which you can put the ball into. But this does something very cool, because as soon as you hit this button, this allows two little clasps to open up. These clasps are in the box as well, which I'll show you in a second. And this deposits the item straight into your hand. The actual units here clips onto your belt, or in my case, it clips onto the side of my waistband. So when I work, I have naturally waisted trousers, okay? So these are trousers that do not need a belt in. They just naturally sit at my waist, and I use a tab at the side that fits them in place. This sits over the waistband and hangs very nicely. Now, as I said, initially I was a little bit dubious about things that stick out or protrude, but obviously with your jacket done up, you're going to see that sticking out. But with your jacket slightly open, this just hangs very loosely and just blends in with the rest of what you're wearing. Another cool thing about the dropper unit itself is this little button here. So I don't know if you can see this, but if you press in here, this moves the height of the dropper up and down. So you can actually, let me push in a little bit there so you can see, you can actually move the dropper lower down. So if you've got, if you want to have it reach lower down on your belt, underneath your jacket, you can have this there. And this just swings and just hangs against the side of your body. I tend to have it around here. So that sort of sits perfect for me. And this is what the unit looks like when you have the clasps on it as well. So these are the little hooks. These can pop in and out of here. You get 4 of them in total. So these can range from a really small size. So if you're carrying like a ping pong ball or a Ferrero Rocher or something like that, that's how small you can hold it, all the way up to an 8-ball or a lime or a lemon. Probably a lime is probably the best sort of size, but something, or a walnut as well. Things where you could do like a Billin lime or Billin kiwi or something like that. So you can always hold them out with this as well. So what does it look like with an object inside? Here's my 8-ball. Here it is inside the object. That just hangs against your waist very easily. As I say, there are other sizes. This is other sizes of these clasps, but this is the size that fits the 8-ball the best. This is maybe the second to largest size in the clasps, but this is what it looks like. Now, the material of this is, I guess, plastic, or it is plastic, but I guess like molded plastic, so it's very durable. I guess the only way you're going to break this is if you run over it in a car or something like that. But there are certain aspects of this that I'd be slightly careful of. One is these bits here. They are very well made, but obviously they're plastic, so if they get pushed a certain way or get pushed against themselves, they might break off. But also this mechanism here. Now, one of the reasons why I love this is because of the way it deposits. Look, all I have to do is tap, and that ball falls down. So when that's by my side, it can just fall down into my hand. Very easy just to press. You can also reload, and I've done this a couple of times actually, just messing around. But you can take the ball, you can pretend to do pretend to take the ball like this, really have it palmed. That probably looked terrible on camera. There, pretend to have it palmed, and as you move over to your right, you can load this straight back behind you into here and lock it up, right? So this is how you can actually load and reload. So again, boom, straight into your hand, come produce, do some fake transfer, come back, load it underneath, lock it up, and you're good to go. One thing I would note about this though, if you are doing this mix and mingle like I generally would, be careful about this. All you need is a waitress or someone to come behind you in a really close situation and just tap you on the back, and that's going to happen, right? So be careful about bumping into people. Make sure you've got enough space to be able to have something like this on you. Something like the Pro Show holder, because it's elastic, you can just have it in. If someone bangs you and taps you, it doesn't really matter. In fact, someone really has to bang you with this, but if they do, with enough force, that thing is going to fall out. So do be careful if you're doing something like this, mix and mingle. So now you've seen how it all works, let's get back to the actual water balloon dropper effect itself. Within the download, you are going to learn Red Size Balloon Dropper. This is literally what he uses in his award-winning act. In the tutorial, you're going to learn how to make the balloon. You can find all the equipment you need in a drugstore or a pharmacy or something like that. And there's also a way to gimmick a tumbler glass. Okay, so the little tumblers that you might have for whiskey, those little cut glass tumblers, that's what he uses to produce the liquid. And within those tumblers, he gimmicks the glass slightly as well. Along with this, you also see two productions of liquid as well. You also get taught these two productions. One from an empty glass, you come over and you're able to produce some liquid just by covering the top of the glass with your hand. You are also able to do another variation which uses a handkerchief, where you can take your handkerchief off, drape it over the glass, and in that moment, liquid appears in the glass. Now, if you want to do a production of liquid, this is one of the coolest ways to do it. I really, really dig how this is done and how this is made and how you can utilize it within your own act. But for me, where this gimmick, where this utility shines, is the fact that it can hold other items. Kiwis, as I say, an 8-ball, because I do an 8-ball production, all these kind of things. And the actual way that this is delivered feels really James Bond-like, right? This whole black holder series really feels like James Bond. I hope I can get my hands on like the jumbo coin dropper. Those of you that know me, know this channel, know that I'm a coin magician. So jumbo coin dropper would be amazing. And even when I was up in Liverpool, I've been up in Liverpool for the past week or so filming some secret projects. We'll get to those at a later date, I'm sure. But whilst I was there, I was working at the Oracle bar up in Liverpool, which you should definitely check out. And one of the co-owners there showed me something else from the Black Holder series, which was this crazy holder that held 4 Morgan dollar coins, and you just pressed a little clip and all these coins were deposited in your hand. Now for me, I was like a kid at Christmas. I was trying it on. I was running around the whole of the bar trying it out. It is absolutely amazing. So I can't wait. Hopefully Hanson Chien releases that as well through the Black Holder series. But these things really feel like you've got some James Bond gadgetry on you. And in fact, the co-owner, Mr. Terry Chung of the Oracle Bar, his whole belt is full of these really cool holders and things. He looks like Batman going out to perform. And this is just something that I think you could add on to any belt or any waistband and just have it there holding something. This also cleans up pocket space, right? So if you've got an 8-ball and you don't want to carry it in your jacket pocket or a lime, you can just whack it in here, have it hanging off the back of your belt or the back of your trouser, and you are good to go. The tutorial itself is just under 20 minutes long, which might seem like quite a short tutorial, but there's everything you need in there. You get everything from how to start with this, how to add these clips in and out, how to adjust the belt. I've just shown you how to adjust the height on this thing, and everything from all the sizes and how everything fits together. It's a super simple device. It doesn't need an hour long or more tutorial on it, because it is what it is. Put something in, load it up, press a button, it deposits it. It's as simple as that. For me, the take-home value for this isn't that it can be done with a water balloon. If you want to have this water production or this liquid production in your act, this is an amazing way to do it. But for me, this solves a problem which I've had with a lot of other droppers or units that hold like a ball or something, in my case an 8-ball, on the market, which is this idea of how do I get it to A, sit flat, and you see how this hangs here, right? So depending on how low you have it, so if it hangs here, because it swings, this allows it to sit flat against your body, so there's nothing really sticking out. And because of that, it allows you to get a really nice clean drop of the item into your hand without having to worry, without having to fish too much for it as well. You don't have to look like you have to think about where your hand is going. It just naturally falls to your side, the arm taps it, it drops straight into your pocket, into your hand, sorry. And that's how easy this is. The tutorial, as always, is incredibly well shot by Hanson Chien. It looks like they're in some James Bond like Batman cave, and Red Side's sort of showing you all his gadgets, which is amazing. As a working performer, having ways to save on pocket space and to hold out round objects or items, generally balls or kiwis or limes or something like that, these are really, really cool. I remember Steve Rowe ages ago had a card where you could pop off a Ferrero Rocher. So you had a picture of a Ferrero Rocher and you could pop it off. These things, the actual clip sizes, hold a Ferrero Rocher. So you can actually do this without having to bung a load of Ferrero Rochers in your pocket to make this work. I really hope Hanson Chien and Ochi Studios Red Sai release more on the Black Holder series, especially that 4-coin Morgan dollar dropper, which was just insane. I'd like to get my hands on the jumbo coin dropper because I think it will really suit what I do as well. Again, I've had many ways to drop a jumbo coin, just like I've had many ways to deposit an 8-ball. And this is definitely my new favorite way of doing that. If you've ever wanted to produce liquid at a moment's notice, what you get with the water balloon dropper will show you how to do that. If you've ever wanted a way to produce an 8-ball that wasn't cramming it into some elastic or pushing it back out or just having it in your pocket, this is really, really good. So that's it from me, guys. Go and pick up Water Balloon Dropper by Hanson Chien. Links are below. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao.